I talk, you listen. Welcome to my one-man panel of madness. Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Dr. Geo Who, and well, we know the Oscars, the nominations have already come out. We're into 3 weeks now of Doctor Who. We have Picard coming in less than a week, and also if you're a fan of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, that's also coming up in less than about a week as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's so hard to stay, on top of everything, especially a lot of the Star Wars rumors, a lot of new ideas coming out with regards to what is going to be the future of Star Wars. And I think I've said this in previous segments that I've heard, and I'm not sure if this is a confirmed truth, but that Star Wars will be going back to Knights of the Old Republic, and I'm excited if that's true. If you've never played the games, just go on YouTube and type in Knights of the Old Republic, and there are fans who have actually taken a lot of the scenes from the games and made them into movies. There's actually one that has them broken down into different little episodes, so you'll see. It's really cool because it's sort of the real prequels to Star Wars, to seeing how the Jedi came about, and there's so many good stories about that, but that's a whole other segment. So again, there's a lot of things going on. Of course, 2020 Oscar nominations. You've got the Joker essentially kind of leading the way with 11 nominations. And when I saw that movie, I said this movie should be nominated for the Best Picture category. Okay? And you know what? I was right. There you go. It actually is nominated for Best Picture. Obviously, Joaquin Phoenix for portraying Joker. He already had the Emmy for that. And yeah, I'm kind of excited because this will be, if he does win Best Actor, that'll be two actors that have won essentially for playing the Joker. So I think that's pretty cool. And of course, it being a comic book character, not many movies get nominated because, not many comic book movies really get nominated. So that's kind of cool, especially me as a geek, Obviously, there's a lot of other cool movies, The Irishman, Once Upon a Time, Hollywood, and so forth. Star Wars, of course, for what I knew was kind of going to get nominations for, usually is technical sound, stuff like that. And, of course, then you have, Netflix blowing almost everything out of the water with 24 nominations, which is really crazy, altogether. When we look at it from the studios, of course, Warner Brothers, which is, I love Warner Brothers. I worked at Warner Brothers, and it was one of my favorite times of my life. It was my playground, but lately I just have not seen a lot of good stuff coming out of Warner Brothers. Fun stuff, yes, for me as a fan, but not stuff that's actually making the studio what it was during the Harry Potter movies, and then with the Chris Nolan Batman movies or Dark Knight movies. Now it's kind of hit or miss. However, we do have Birds of Prey, coming up, and supposedly it looks like they may have a really good opening weekend. So, we'll see. But yeah, so much is going on. I'm kind of interested in seeing what the Joker actually wins, because it's the Joker, and the last time somebody was nominated was Heath Ledger, and I really have to say that when I first started watching Joker, I wasn't really sure because I was not too much of a fan of everybody making, the story was awesome with regards to Joker himself, but Thomas Wayne almost seeming like he's some kind of, almost every other movie has made Thomas Wayne to be this amazing doctor, philanthropist, and so forth. And this one kind of gave it more of a realistic tone, and I don't want to say too much because, believe it or not, there are still people. I actually did receive a note from someone saying that they had not seen some movies that I mentioned, and then I spoiled it, so I have to be careful. Obviously, there are people out there who have not yet seen Joker, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's just a lot of stuff going on, this coming up. But I know I'm going to have to probably talk a little bit about Picard soon. We also just had the celebration of Voyager, Star Trek Voyager, celebrating 25 years. And one of the surprising things is I saw this headline that it was the premiere, it said Star Trek Voyager, the show that promised a lot but failed. And I like Voyager. I really do. I remember I had to wait weeks to see the actual premiere because we did not get UPN cable service. So I had to wait for a friend who actually sent me a video cassette at the time, and I just really aged myself on that one. And I saw the first 3 episodes, which he videotaped. And this is me living a long time ago in Puerto Rico, and our cable service did not have UPN. But a friend of mine in San Juan did have it. So it was actually kind of cool. And this reminds me of a time where we didn't have like internet. So it wasn't like you could search. I just remember that I was part of a Star Trek club at the time. And we had written, one of our members wrote an article about a new series that will have a Latino character, which obviously ended up being Belana Torres, and a first female captain. And that's all we got. And that it was going to be the main show for this new station, this new, network, UPN. So I waited, I was really excited, especially, there being a Latino character on the bridge or something. Ooh, what's this about? So I was kind of bummed that I didn't get to see it. But when I actually saw it, I liked it. It wasn't as I don't know, it wasn't as heart-pounding, I guess you could say, as Deep Space Nine was, when I remember seeing the premiere of Deep Space Nine. And it just didn't, it was very Star Trek-y, but very kind of like family-oriented. And I think it wasn't until 7 of 9 came on board that I started really kind of like, oh, cool, they have a Borg now. And, most of the fans liked it for other reasons because, Jerry Ryan is gorgeous. But I just like the fact that there was a Borg like Picard, but, a part of the crew, and the whole Borg thing wasn't completely out of her. So I thought that was really cool. And she had a kind of a cool dynamics with Janeway, but she just didn't have what Picard and Data had. And if you know Next Generation, Picard and Data were like Kirk and Spock. It's just, even in the last movie, Nemesis, that movie really at the end broke my heart when you hear Data say goodbye after he beamed Picard. And, if you haven't seen Star Trek Nemesis, well, go see it, because it's a cool movie. It didn't do too well in the box office, but it was a really good way for the Next Generation crew to say goodbye. But now we're going to see more, and that's what's so exciting. And unfortunately for me, Voyager just didn't really have that. And the ending of Voyager, okay, they get back to Earth. Cool. Which is funny enough, because we do see Janeway in Star Trek Nemesis as Admiral Janeway. So I don't know. Could she be coming back? But we already know that Star Trek Picard is coming back for a second season. It hasn't even aired yet. I've always wondered how that happens. We haven't seen it yet. This could be a total bomb. It could be just the worst thing. It won't be, because it's got Patrick Stewart. And it's really something that a lot of people have been waiting for. Something that shows the continuity of from the Next Generation time. So hey, we may have people from Voyager, from Deep Space Nine. That's the great thing about the next season. Depending on how the season goes, we might see like Kira Nerys. We may see people, Miles O'Brien could come back. It's so exciting. I'm just really excited. I haven't been this excited since since Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. So I am counting down every day, watching nothing but Picard episodes that are very important. And then I'm going to really lead it into with the motion pictures, the movies, up until Nemesis. And I'm actually going to watch Nemesis right up until the actual premiere of Picard. And I'm really excited. I know that, well, we already know that Jonathan Frakes, Marina Sirtis are there. We know Data. There's a lot of little things, but we don't know too much. So I've actually stopped looking at reviews. Like I always do. I watch one teaser, one official trailer and then it's done. I don't look at anything else. I don't even look at photos. I haven't seen the full costumes yet. I kind of think I've seen the new Starfleet communicator badge. I'm not sure. I don't want to look at the ships until I actually see it on screen come premiere day. So that is really actually what I was kind of getting to in this segment, but somehow kind of lost my way, I guess. But yeah, really exciting. You know, it's cool to see that movies like Joker are getting, you know, some kind of notoriety besides the whole fandom and geekdom and all that. Yeah, it's a very exciting time. January has definitely been a fun month. You know, we had December with Star Wars. We had Doctor Who now in January, which is going to go right through till March. So we'll see. I didn't really talk too much about the last episode of Doctor Who. I thought it was good. Cool monster. Some people thought it was a bit preachy there towards the end with regards to, you know, the planet and so forth, but maybe I'll do a show about that segment. I don't know. Maybe not. There's just so much going on that I really, I think, try to focus on the stuff that's really exciting at the moment. And right now for me, it's one man, Picard. All right, guys, until next time.